I didn't enter into the hospitality business to have somebody throw my generosity back in my face.
And
Will you let me sleep outside for free? Would you give me that?
He looks disgusted at you, Fenwick, and he goes, "Get out of my hotel."
Thank you, sir. Your generosity has touched me.
the hippogriff probably needs to stay outside anyway.
Oh, you should see the things that have come through here.
You should see the things that have come out of him.
That's true.
Don't nobody know how the life will go. If you listen close though, you can hear the dice roll and the characters narrating everything as they go. So let it go, let your imagination flow.
Playing games with strangers, chasing dreams into new adventures, rolling dice around their tables, fighting nightmares, facing dangers.
All right, so it is the end of the day, and our party had come back to Liev's Tavern, having made some progress, albeit not much. But at least Nick the Necromancer is trying to get their portal key working. In the meantime, our party makes their way back to the inn for a night's sleep. And Cass and Zell, you guys wake up in your own perspective rooms in the inn in a cold sweat, and you both smell smoke. And Cass, when you wake up, there's a cut piece of sheet over your face.
I'm going to pull the sheet off of my face.
Okay. And you still smell smoke.
Well, in that case, I'm going to bust out of my room in an attempt to go wake everybody up.
Okay. First room you end up at is Zelene's room. And are you going to knock or are you just going to burst in?
I'm just going to burst in.
You burst in and you see Zelene already sitting up in her bed.
I need to go home.
We need to get out. You smell smoke, right?
I can't smell.
God. Let's go. And I'm going to grab her forcefully, but not in an aggressive way. Does that make sense?
Wait, let me just... And I'm going to grab my things, my very few things.
Okay.
I follow.
Yeah, I'm going to pull her out of the room and go check additional rooms that I would know everybody is staying in.
Yeah. You try to wake people up, but you get grumpy retorts from people telling you to shut up and go back to bed.
Something is so wrong. What if we're still dreaming? What if you're not real?
I don't know. I'm going to leave the inn. I'm going to just walk out, whether Zelene follows or not. Are
you following Zelene?
Yeah, I'll follow. I have no idea what I'm doing.
All right, you guys walk outside, and it is clearly the middle of the night right now. It's a brisk night outside. All the stars are out. It's really a beautiful evening, although the smell of smoke is a lot more pungent out here. And as you look up to the southern night sky, or I'm sorry, not the southern, the eastern night sky, you see an orange glow in the direction of the temple.
I just look at Zelene, kind of like this knowing look that I'm hoping she picks up on.
I have to go home. This can't happen again.
So, everyone else, it is about 3 a.m, and a slow progression of events come to your mind as everybody begins to wake all at the same time. Brief moments of shouting and knocking, cursory grumbles and whatnot which may be regular or irregular coming from you. A brief moment of silence and then sudden awareness that there is a smell of smoke lingering on the air.
So we're inside.
You're inside the tavern where y'all rested up the night prior, where Liv so generously let you guys stay for the evening after Nick was not able to immediately procure you a way to Pan Purdue.
And Hadwin would be outside, right? My hippogriff.
I'd imagine he'd probably be stabled.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to run outside to find out what's going on. A little concerned for my friend.
All right. As you run outside, you see Cass standing out there with with your new skeletal friend.
What's going on?
Fire. I that way. Did you wake anyone else up? We tried, and no one wanted to wake.
Didn't even think about it.
Wonderful.
Sorry.
We can't wait.
Would it be possible for you to attempt to wake everyone else? Zelene and I can head that way. We need to get going. You are certain that this is happening where you're from, Zelene? You're confident?
Absolutely. And I can't stay here any longer. I have to go. And I'm going to head that way.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hadwin.
That's where we're going.
To me, my steed.
Jura is going to burst through the door at this moment with his hat in his hands, his hair, stringy hair all trustled, with a very stern look on his face. I don't know who's left at this scene, but he will tilt his chin up in the air and growl. What is the meaning of this? Do you know how early it is?
Well, yeah. That's why I was just wondering what's going on myself. Have you seen Zelene?
Who was shacked up with who? I need to ask this first.
I was hanging
With the
out
ladies.
with Mama Eb and Zelene. I'm probably curled into...
Just have her in my little herb basket.
I need Everline and Eb to make Constitution saves, please.
No.
That's a 19.
A 19? Okay.
12?
Okay, that's perfect. Cass, you feel... Not Cass. Eb, you feel chipper, right as rain, like you got a long rest.
Well, it's a bit early.
Everline, you feel a bit groggy.
So have you seen Zelene? Because she wasn't... I just got up and she's not... wasn't in there.
I've barely seen the back of my own hand this morning. I don't know what's going on. There's just a lot of noise. Is something on fire?
I was just about to ask because I kind of smell smoke.
I can take care of it. Liev?
Yes.
Where are you?
Yeah, right here.
Is your enterprise going up in flames, perhaps? The condition of your kitchen would suggest it's possible.
There's no fire.
Are you sure about that, my dude?
I've just realized I left my stuff in my room. So I turn around. I'm coming back to the inn, passing these guys. There's a fire. Follow her. She's running towards the fire. The skeleton lady skeleton.
Towards the fire.
Zelene
Why is
is
she
running
doing
towards
that?
the fire.
Something to do with some sort of temple or something. It sounds really exciting. Let's go. I gotta get my stuff first.
That's not cool.
My door opens up as someone's saying something about fire. Did somebody say fire?
I did. I'm getting my stuff out of the way.
Right.
I think we've all said it by now.
Sorry?
Apparently Zelene's running towards the fire, so we gotta go take care of that, because I don't think she's qualified to be putting those out.
Fire.
Yeah, the fire.
The fire.
Yeah, fire.
No, fire.
She's running to the fire?
The fire.
Okay.
He's saying fire.
I'm gonna fly.
Temple, you said. He said temple, right?
Do we know which way to go?
Temple, follow me, because I'm following her. I got my stuff. I'm back. I'm on headwind. I'm on my way.
Well, it's only right if you're facing north.
Well, that's not how that works, but okay.
Well, he said temple right, but it's to the east.
Jura drops his... As soon as Jura verifies that, he drops his geriatric gate and sprints out the door after Zelene.
I will just take Everline and myself.
Everline's gonna fly near you.
I will not be sprinting. This... Mama Eb, don't sprint.
I'll walk next to Mama Eb as she's going.
Well, it's a bit of an early morning, don't you say?
It is. Quite an exciting morning already, especially to be running.
Yes, it does seem to be that.
It's always too early to run, man.
Is there a plume of smoke?
There is not. There is only the smell of smoke and a glow.
Does it look like fire glow or like magic glow?
You can make either an Arcana or Nature check. I'll let you choose how you want to look at it.
Both the same for me. Actually, no, they said fire, so I'll say nature. It says 22.
That's 22. I'll put it to you like this. It's natural in that there's nothing outside of the natural order that's causing it, although it is unnatural that you are able to observe it.
Can you explain that to me? Like I'm stupid.
Basically, there's nothing unnatural occurring outside of the fact that you can see what is occurring.
Something's happening, but it's not actually happening.
But it looks like fire glow, like it's flickering like flames.
Mm-hmm. It's flickering like flames, but it's not acting like fire.
Oh.
Well, I'm an expert on illusions and such, and that doesn't look quite right. That's just my 2 cents.
In fact, with that insight, Eb, I will let you make a corresponding Arcana check, albeit this is going to be a high DC.
So I just had 2 good rolls, so this will probably be a 1.
Can I help with the Arcana check?
Oh, no. It's a dirty 20. But if
20,
I get...
20 was my DC, so I'll give it to you. Some might say that you are observing 2 possibilities happening at the same time.
Come on, everyone, let's go! What's taking you so long? You're dilly-dallying. Stop the dillying, stop the dallying, start the running.
No. Hold on, we're getting there.
My wings are not as fast as your hippogriff.
There is tremendous urgency. I'm going to sprint till I catch up to Zelene. I don't know how far ahead she is of everybody.
Not by much. It wouldn't take you very long to catch up with her.
She will be notified that I am running up to her quickly as I will be screaming, Zelene! Zelene, wait! Zelene! Is it true?
I can't wait. You'll have to catch up, but I'm not stopping.
The Temple of Aurelia. Is that what's aflame?
It must be. I don't know what else it could be. It has to be.
No, it can't be. Quickly.
I'm going as fast as I can.
He's gonna keep running.
Okay.
Those 2 are very concerned about this.
Indeed.
Well, it did seem like he had some kind of interest. I don't know a lot about religion, but it seemed like there was some kind of something that had to do with something between the 2 of them. Not Jura and Zelene, mind you, but the people they worship.
Oh, very nice.
Are you saying that her god and his god are shipped together?
Well, you don't know that there was a ship involved or anything. He was in the water, so maybe there was.
When she says ship, or believe she's referring to the fact that they're like an item.
Yeah.
Well, no, there are gods, I think, not items.
When I say item, what I mean to say is that they're kissing each other.
Well, I wouldn't know.
We don't generally ask.
And people don't generally tell.
Very astute of you.
We'll continue this conversation as we walk at a slow pace.
All right, so as time passes for those who are moving more swiftly, it would be Zelene and Jura. Cass, were you staying back with the larger, slower group, or were you running forward?
Yeah, I'm with Jura and Zelene.
All right, so the front three get to the temple first, and you guys, as you look upon it, which is very harrowing for you, Zelene. As you guys get a closer view of the temple, you get a better understanding of what I tried to describe to Ebb, in that you are seeing two possibilities happening at the same time. You see the temple as you remember it, Zelene, but you also see the temple on fire as you also remember it from what you are now determining as a shared dream. And as you see people walking around, you are seeing them as you know them, but you're also seeing them as they burn. And as they talk to each other, it's screaming overlaid with regular talking. As you can smell the smoke, but you don't see smoke. And it's weird to say that you smell the smoke because this is the first thing that you've smelled. Well,
so I would like to use control flames and attempt to extinguish flames. It's a 60-foot range, but it's a 5-foot cube. So essentially target a person that I see on fire and attempt to extinguish the flames.
So as you reach out to do what you're attempting to do, and you try to control these flames and put them out, what you see is that you are basically pulling them from one possibility into the other possibility. So as one person stops burning, the other person begins.
Yeah, that's really confusing. I get what you're saying.
Do either group of people seem to be noticing the party?
They notice you. It's almost like the more likely possibility, which is the not burning, is the dominant reality.
Now includes someone on fire.
Right. So basically, to everybody else, it looks like Cass basically pulled fire into the realm and set somebody on fire.
I'm going to panically use control flames again and undo what I just did.
Yeah, okay, so what you see is the fire go away from that person, but then the person who was momentarily relieved of being on fire is now on fire again.
So Zelene is going to ignore the initial people and run straight to the center of the temple to find her high priestess.
As you go into the center of the temple, I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
That was a 22.
Okay. Momentarily, you feel overwhelmed by the sheer overbearing smell of smoke in the center of this temple, but you're able to press through that. Being that it is now almost 5 a.m, there wouldn't be too many people who would be up already outside of those doing the typical morning chores. So you would go through the temple to the living quarters where you would expect to find your head priestess sleeping where she is, but also on fire.
I imagine she gets a head start, but Jura will follow Zelene.
And you're seeing all the same things that she is. Like, it's there and it's not.
Do you need the con save from him too?
Yeah, if you're going as deep into that temple.
Yeah. Ooh. That is a something not very good. It's gonna be a 10.
Yeah, this is a bit much. Are you gonna try to push through as it starts to choke you out, or are you going to remove yourself from the situation?
So I'm guessing smoke fills my lungs.
It's what it feels like. Yeah, it's starting to burn, and despite the fact that you're in the presence of plenty fresh air, you feel like you're choking in it.
Okay. Like, to the point where if he pushes forward, like, consciousness is probably on its way out.
You would make that assumption that you're responding to the same way as somebody would with smoke inhalation.
Okay. Yeah, he'll try to yell out to Zelene, but I think he'll just cough and splutter and take a few steps back and gather himself.
Zelene, you hear Jura behind you as he begins to try to spout your name, and you're the only person who seems to really understand why. Outside of possibly Cass, who has not specifically said what he's doing just yet.
No, I think at this point, just being utterly confused, I'm going to go search for water, because I just want to put people out. Jura seems like he's got a handle on Zelene, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Find water, put people out.
So is there water around?
There's a well. It's a temple well.
You guys aren't there yet.
Am I there yet?
Were you trying to catch up with?
Yeah. I was telling everyone to come and hurry up. And
all right,
I'm riding my guy.
Okay, I got you. All right, so then you probably would have caught up briefly after they arrived. So probably right about now you're catching up if you were running after them. I would say you're seeing about the same thing. Zell ran into the central building. Cass is running around the grounds looking for water as Jura is standing outside the front of the main building hacking up a lung.
Once he gets himself a little bit more stable, he's gonna look as if he's gathering himself to go back in, but in the meantime, he's going to cast Create Water, and he will have it fall as rain around the main body of the temple. It's a 30-foot radius.
All right. So around the central Temple of Aurelia, it begins to rain in a 30 radius.
It's a 30-foot cube.
30 foot. Okay. And right about this time, Zelene, you are waking up your head priestess. She is concerned as it is very early in the morning, and she's asking you what is going on.
You're on fire.
I am not on fire. What are you? And she goes running out of the temple, trying to figure out what is going on as she sees this solitary column of water falling on the temple. She goes, "This is not. No." She turns and looks at you, Zelene, and she goes, What's going on with you?" As she begins to realize that you have become skinless.
That doesn't matter. We can't let this happen. You have to put out the fire. I'm gonna just cast Spare the Dying and touch her.
She just stops your hands and what she looks at you, Jura. She goes, "Why are you here?"
Is that really the most pressing question on your mind right now, High Priestess? You appear to be on fire. Your temple is on fire. Your disciple led me to your temple. I met her in town. She's lovely. What can I do to help?
And she goes, "This does not bode well."
Well, I think we're already to the unwell stage of things.
Yes. Please, come. At this point, Ebb and Everline and Clyde. So Ebb, Everline, and Clyde are coming up. I'd imagine that these are with you. Sir, please don't split. As Cass is throwing water on one of the maidens coming back from the farms with the eggs for the day.
Also, Everline is casting Shape Water.
No, please don't. Right, well, yes, Charlotte, please, we're going to need some more eggs, and do try to, please tell the rest of the sisters that we have in fact witnessed the tears of Aurelia, so.
Does it still look like people are on fire?
Yes, but they, you're experiencing it, they're walking around, they're on fire and they're not on fire. And the parts, and when you look at it, it's sort of like looking at those old 3D movies where they're red and they're blue, but they're not purple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eb's just gonna let whatever's happening happen because it seems like there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen over there, and cast detect magic.
Okay. As you cast detect magic, you realize you are in a large dunamantic pocket.
A hot pocket?
Hot pocket.
Well, that's unique. I'm sorry. Hi, my name's Abora Katherine. Most people call me Mama Eb, and I will offer my hand to the High Priestess.
She goes, "Oh, fantastic! Hello." And
Hi.
she,
Just a question. I'm not really on the up and up with what happens in places like this, but does your god have anything to do with, like, I don't know, time?
she looks at you and she goes, "Not in the strictest terms. She helps us understand the passing of time, but does not control it."
Okay. It just seems like there's some kind of weird thing happen here related to time, and I was hoping it was your god, but if it's not, then it's probably something else.
Okay, well, I thought you were going to speak normal, but,
Well, that's awful rude about the way that I am speaking.
No, I apologize. I meant the content of your words,
Oh,
not
yes.
the,
Well,
not
you-
the,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start at such a level. I'll translate it for you. Are you familiar with the arcane?
she's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we studied the divine here, not so much the arcane.
Okay, so you'll use your divine to tap into your arcana, which is fine. I don't. So I was tapping into what I tap into, and it seemed like something's happening here.
Dude,
And I was just looking at stuff.
I pay attention to the Arcana too.
Right. Well, that's my 2 cents, since it seems like you're real receptive. How's it going with everyone over here? You all seem...
Oh, is my spell, has it extinguished any of the flames?
It does, momentarily, like, the people who walk into it, it seems as they stand in the column of suspended, they're completely extinguished, and as they look up confused at just this column of rain, but then as they walk outside of it and go about their business, it seems like the one essence of them returns to their state of being on fire.
Okay.
So it does seem like the not on fire people are the ones in control of where they're going.
Right. It's like I said, it's 2 possibilities at the same time. It's not necessarily 2 realities.
This place is giving me a headache, man.
Up to you. Can Jura make some sort of roll to see if he can get a grasp on what's happening? I think he figures it's not just natural fire at this point.
I will help if I can.
Would you like me to roll?
I'll do this. Eb, how do you intend on helping, and then I'll base the roll on that.
I think as she turns back away from the High Priestess, she'll explain the same thing she just explained, but using Arcana terms, because she thinks these people will listen.
Can I flip through my book and see if I can find the right chapter that we wrote on something like this?
Let me resolve this roll here real quick, Josiah, and we'll get to that. All right, go ahead and roll Arcana with advantage, Jura, please.
That is a 10.
There's something having to do with a big ball of wishy-washy, timey-wimey stuff.
Okay.
All right, Josiah.
That's a natural 20 plus 3.
What are you doing, bro?
Oh, I was
He's
rolling
rolling
up.
for a good idea.
For a good idea. Yes. I said I was looking in my book on some of the magical stuff that we've chronicled in our tell-all expose.
Okay.
Yes.
You understand. Okay, so from your book, you have written in there
Our research. Yes.
Dunamancy is the time that has to deal with the flow of it has to do with controlling the flow of time, basically. And it's very high level. In order to control it, it takes a lot of power, be it divine, arcane, or natural. It's not uncommon for various manifestations of magic to happen within nature. After all, magic is as a part of nature as science is. But this would probably be about the largest pocket of dunamantic energy that you would have ever heard of if this is
if it's just happening. Yep.
Phenomenon. And you also realize that this should not be observable to you.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's not a bunch of hokum. This is some real serious stuff. There's some powerful magic going on here. Whether it's something that is just happening, which I would believe is very highly unlikely. According here, this would be probably caused by someone with a lot of weight behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Is there anyone that would dislike your temple? Or God? Or people there? I don't know. I couldn't imagine why, because they all seem so likable.
Zelene, come here, please.
Yes? What?
As the priestess completely disregards what Eb is putting out there, this is why we have concern for what this morning's. And she rolls out this old tattered scroll, and she shows you this inscription on this scroll that discusses the bones of the prophetess shall usher in the tears of Aurelia, and then the end will come.
What does that mean? Can't be.
She tells you, she goes, up to this point we did not know, but here we find one of our priestesses coming in telling us of visions she is seeing as the tears of Aurelia pour upon her temple. Obviously, we are seeing the sign of the end of all things.
I'm just leaning over to Jura like, does she know this is an easy spell?
Which, you mean the fire?
What? Fire?
Dude, I think she's talking about the water.
Yeah.
You mean there's still time to stop it? The temple's not going to...
What are you saying that what I just did was the tears of Aurelia?
I don't know. We have never understood this prophecy. But
if you sit with a piece of paper long enough, you're gonna start seeing it everywhere.
Priestess, I am...
Very true.
I have no authority over Aurelia's tears, her laughter, anything under her domain. No, I am a disciple of her estranged brother. I come to you in contrition. It's not possible that I would do something like this.
So they're brothers and sister? That's weird.
Oh, then I don't think they're kissing.
You do not see the significance of the reunion of the siblings, then?
Is there a piece of paper about that, too?
I see great significance in my coming here, but it appears that whatever is...
And you're coming here to fulfill prophecy.
But the end can't be coming. Can it be stopped?
She looks at you, she looks down at your bony hands, and then she looks at you again. And then she says, well, you're the prophetess. You tell us.
I don't...
I would go with yes. I mean, it's just a clear winning answer right there.
I don't know if that's how prophecy works, but I'd say yes, too.
If you were a prophet, you could say whatever you want. I mean, that's...
Not to interrupt, but buckets of water do not work on whatever's going on. I'd like to confirm that.
As you guys look outside, you see a very irritated egg collector standing at the foot of the temple.
Cass is kind of rubbing his jaw where he just got punched.
This is why I don't come to church.
Dead. Dead.
Everlene's just flitting around and giggling at that.
How do I tell? What do I do? Jura, what do I do?
Zelene, I am probably more confused than you are at this point. So, do you see that you are on fire? Do you have any awareness that that is something that's happening in your life? That you are in need of extinguishing? Because that is what it looks like to me and to
Are you speaking figuratively? Like we must be on fire for Aurora?
I often speak figuratively, however, I can assure you in this case I am being incredibly literal. You are on fire. Whoosh. Flames in the night.
She looks incredibly confused at you. Zelene, this is very bizarre because this priestess whom you have looked up to for so long is completely baffled in spiritual matters, at which you have never seen her baffled by anything spiritually ever. And she seems to be looking to you for guidance in what this man is asking.
Jura rubs his hands together and looks at the priestess. Well, I did say I came here in contrition and reverence and in a posture of apology, but we do have very different disciplines, and it does seem that my approach might be a little bit more effective here. We're a bit more pragmatists on our side of the pond. I don't think that what's happening has to do with either of our patrons, in my professional opinion.
Great prophetess, what do you believe?
That, I'm gonna pray.
Very well. I shall call all the priestess together. We shall have a day of prayer and fasting at your behest.
Oh, you've done it now.
She runs from the temple and begins to...
But you're still on fire.
Everlene's gonna come up to Zelene and land on her shoulder and go, "Is that what you wanted?"
I don't know what I want.
You gotta be careful what you say as a prophetess.
That's fair.
Can we get a team huddle here? Not you people on fire, but everybody else. Everyone who came with me.
Well, we came after you. Does it count? Can we be in the huddle or not?
Of course. Please come close. I like I said earlier, I do think this is the work of a wizard or some sort of arcane power.
Yes,
I don't think that.
This is not run-of-the-mill, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I would go back to my previous question of, is there anyone that has something against your temple or your priestess or your god?
No, we're wonderful people.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you are, and I think you are too. It's just that sometimes people don't agree.
I don't know.
You're daring rogue, Zelene. Who did he know? Do you know where he came from?
No, well, but he couldn't. He was nice too.
Oh, yes, just because he's nice means he can't do anything wrong. I mean, look at this guy over here, this gnome. Oh, he's got a mean streak to him a mile wide. Right?
It's true.
See? Told you so.
I don't think you have to worry about anything here, though. I mean, they're on fire, but they're not really on fire. They're not hurting.
It feels too real.
You're concerned that it might happen. Seems like a warning or a threat or something.
Maybe we should create a moat around the temple so that fire can't cross the water.
Maybe we find that wizard guy that did this. That Clyde over here said did it.
Well, there's definitely something around here causing this, and it's not, in my opinion, of the natural order.
Do we know how far I know how far I can cast my magic, but can you cast this from wherever you want, or do you have to be close, or?
Well, in my professional opinion, as a professional, I would say that you would probably want to be rather close. It is big magic, and so the more concentrated you can be by location, the more effective it will be. That's just my 2 cents on the matter.
I hardly know anything, Clyde, but this is, to use official terms, serious mojo around us.
Oh, that is very official terms.
This is powerful magic, yes?
Yes, of course it is.
Clyde sounds like he knows more than I do. Why am I supposed to know things?
Oh, you know lots of stuff. I mean, my brother and I, we've studied these sort of things and weed out the hokum from the real things. And this is real.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
But it's not real. They're not really on fire.
But also not real, yes. That's the conundrum we're in.
Real. It's not tangible, my man.
Oh, that's very deep. I like that. Can I use that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
This is not an illusion. Is that... Did
Oh,
anyone...
no, not an illusion. No. An illusion is like...
So we find this wizard, and we kill him if he's being bad, and if he's giving us a warning, we just let him stop. And then we say, what's the warning about? And then he tells us what we're supposed to stop.
We don't...
Wizard's just my best guess. I don't know if it's a wizard.
Could be a warlock.
We don't need to kill anyone.
I mean,
supposed to
he's a
save
bad guy.
people.
See,
I don't think we need to jump to killing people, though.
Mean streak.
Yeah, that seems pretty drastic.
I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. What I do know is there's some weird stuff happening here, and we need to stop it.
All right.
And then we also need to get this girl her skin.
The best way to find a wizard is to start calling them names. I mean, they're very sensitive individuals.
Are you sure that's a good idea, my dude? Because I'm a little bit of a wizard, and I don't
And how
think
would you
that's
like
a
it
good
if I
idea.
called you a name? Or say,
I might
look.
try to fly up your
Or
nose.
said, you are a little bit of a wizard. Because you're little.
I am.
Well, I'm a local, but I'm a little out of the loop here. Eben Cass, do you know who's got top billing for magic in Paravar?
Are there any wizard towers
Who
about?
are the big players around?
Go ahead. And if either of you two want to answer that question, make an Arcana check or a History check, one of the two.
It's a dirty 20. We rolling hot tonight. Get your dice from Chessex and not Sage's Portal.
Oh no!
Yeah, I rolled a 13.
Eb, you know from your time just hanging out for the past 50 years that you are aware of a fairly ancient wizard to the north in the land of the Fontars named Caiaphas.
And you spell that how?
K-A-I-A-F-I-S-T.
Okay. Well, there is, at least that I know of, one wizard that I'm sure would be powerful enough for it. His name's Caiaphas. He's pretty far up north, though. The city.
Is he a good guy, bad guy? Is he the kind of person who pull a weird prank like this?
He typically keeps to himself.
I don't know that I could rightfully answer that.
Should we?
I've not met him. I just know of him.
Should we head his way and let these burning ladies have their prayer and fasting day?
Well, do you have winter jackets? It's a bit of a hike, and it gets awful cold up there. So
I can hide in somebody else's winter jacket.
How far away are we talking about? Because he said it has to be close. And I read part of his book last night. It put me to sleep. It was really good.
That's what I use it to for most of the time.
Well, I suppose he could have traveled. It's just the closest one I know.
What's his name again?
Caiaphas.
Hey, Caiaphas. Hey, Caiaphas. You out here?
Can everybody please make a perception check as you wait for a response?
15.
13.
10.
15.
That one.
5.
Okay, everybody except for Zelene. This is fantastic. I love
Wait,
that
hang on.
sentence.
4.
So you're like the two of you are waiting for a specific, like a voice, and everybody else is just waiting for any kind of response. So Everline and Zelene, you guys block this out, but the rest of you hear this uplift of voices in praise outside, singing, "Oh, high prophetess, oh, Zelene, can you tell us what Aurora's tears mean? Oh, high," and just over and over again in a chorus. Fortunately, Zelene and Everline don't hear that, but the rest of you hear that coming from outside of the temple.
Not quite the response I was expecting.
Yeah. Is that what prayer and fasting sounds like?
I feel like I need to go explain to them that there's no way those were the tears of Aurelia. I feel like a heretic. I feel like I'm blaspheming.
I feel like it's probably on them. You know, children can cast that spell, so, you know.
I once
No
knew
offense
a
to you,
boy.
of course. I'm not saying that you've got child level magic or anything. It's just...
We could just leave and avoid
Yeah,
them.
we should... Yeah, probably think about priorities and order here, because we need to get Zelene's body back.
Now, I do say, it does seem like, Zelene, you've got a lot of pull around here. Or you could probably cause a little chaos, get some things done that you want to happen. I'm just spitballing here, but prophets do tend to cause a stir.
I don't understand why. I mean, just last week I was sweeping the floors.
You should tell them to mop up all this rain. Get them back for making you sweep the floors.
Hey, see?
That sounds mean.
You
Yeah.
could also say, it's prophesied that you are going to give me lots of money.
And Jura,
And
you
then-
keep it raining. Just
There
keep
we
it
go.
raining, and they'll never mop it up. It'll be hilarious.
Jura is very wigged out by what has happened at this temple, but he can you make a religion check? He wants to see how legitimate naming Zelene a prophetess seems in this instance. I think he's very on the fence about it.
You know what?
He senses a scam.
Jura wants to interrogate the claim that Zelene is a prophetess from the temple. Their behavior otherwise has suggested to him that they are perhaps not as competent as he assumed they were before meeting them. However, he is still not wanting to
Make
utterly
a
dismiss
religion check, please.
what they've said. All right. We are still hitting well south of 10 tonight. That's going to be...
that actually checks, because in your understanding of your shared religion, there is precedence for one of your gods to work within the natural to produce the supernatural. So it wouldn't be there is precedence for them to declare something, not necessarily because of the supernaturality of the event in and of itself, but the auspiciousness of a series of what would otherwise be considered coincidental events happening in a particular time frame that could be seen as a omen that would be indicated by a particular prophecy, so to speak. There's precedent for them to be seeing it this way, and there is a possibility that they could be correct in their interpretation, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Could you prophesy something, and we'll just see if it happens or not, and then, that'll settle the whole thing. You just go out there and you say, hey, it's going to stop raining, or hey, there's going to be a giant, I'm open to suggestions, but a giant something in the sky.
Turtle man.
A giant turtle man. Yes, a giant turtle man appears in the sky, and if it doesn't happen, well then, boom, you've proven them that you're not prophet, And if it does happen, well, then you can say a whole lot of other things.
A chicken sandwich?
A giant chicken sandwich, yeah, great.
What? No,
Just a regular sized chicken sandwich.
Okay.
That's not really how that works. You don't have to ask for anything, Zelene, if you don't want to.
Let's just see what happens. We're just testing.
Skin back, and
Well, I
then-
don't know if I'm a prophet.
That is a better idea. I'm not sure either, but if you are...
Wait. If she is a prophet, she could prophesy where we're supposed to go to get her skin back. Maybe
That's
she
it.
really is one. If she really is one, then she just has to say where it is. And
Where's
we'll go
your
get
skin?
it.
Prophets cannot just generically predict the future, folks.
That was my understanding as well.
But do you know for sure, my man, that they can't?
I know that, and you know that, but that not everyone knows that.
I thought
And
my skin
so-
was in Pemperdu.
We don't know how to get there.
Can you prophesy
You
that
didn't
we're...
tell me to do that.
We have to get to the place, and we don't know how to get there. So if you tell us how to get there, then we'll go to where you tell us to go, and then we'll get there. Because you're the prophet.
It seems like we're going in, circles here. Would it be possible that we could slow down and decide what we should do first? Put out a fire we can't put out, or try and get Zelene's body
Which
back?
we already have a bun in the oven for that
Exactly.
problem, which we can go back and check on, as I do believe it's approaching
Who's
morning.
having a baby?
No one. It's a
Sorry.
mouse.
Yeah, it's just, it's
We're
skeletal
having a mouse.
It's just, I need a t-shirt that is, it's a mouse.
Yep.
I honestly forgot all about the mouse.
I'm not sure what mouse you're referring to.
Oh, well, this was before you came along.
Yes.
This mouse needs to come back so we can use it to go to a place that probably doesn't exist.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I do remember hearing word about
Yeah.
I do. Somebody said something about that.
We're having a
So?
necromancer reanimate it for us.
Oh, this ain't getting us anywhere. Let's prophesy,
I say-
tell them to mop the floor, and then we go.
But
You can
I
do
can't
what you
just...
But I think it would be a good idea if we head back to Nick's. He may have taken care of our mouse and all that. So maybe the sooner we get there, the better, and we can disprove the prophetess thing later.
Yeah, well, maybe if we go get your body back and return to the temple, they'll stop saying that you're a prophetess because you won't be Bones anymore.
But if I leave, they might be on fire.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Let's go get your skin back, and we'll go from there.
The song outside has now changed. Them singing, "Oh, great Zelene, oh, great Zelene, how lovely are the
Oh, well, that
things you
seems-
say."
Okay. So, shall we?
Please.
Yes. I've
Okay, because we can't go without you.
Oh. Really? Oh, well, okay.
Yes.
Kind of need you to put the skin back on.
If we start going, I have something that I do before we go. I'm going to kind of go around towards where the people are singing as we're going, and I
You're going to ask her for a couple changes of clothes, possibly some gold.
No, I'm going to whisper into one of the people who's singing ears. I'm going to say something to the effect. Let's see if I can come up with something here.
I just heard that when Zelene returns with her skin anew, the day will become bright and blue. So, that's a little tidbit.
Make a persuasion roll for me, please.
Yep. Oh, that's let's see, persuasion. Yep, that is a 10.
Zelene, can you roll a d20 for me? Just a straight up d20, please.
15.
Okay, so what are you guys doing now? You're leaving?
I
Going back
go to the
town?
high priestess and I say, she appointed me her mouthpiece, and she said she wants this place mopped up before she gets back. Completely.
We would have to have her extension of authority come from her directly.
Okay, that's on you.
No, that would be on you.
No, it's on you. If you don't do it, that's fine. I'm out of here. I warned
And
you.
also-
Don't forget the words I said. When she comes back, you'll remember that.
And don't forget the words I said.
You can't forget mine. Let's go. This has been Playing Games with Strangers, featuring the vocal talents of Amanda Clements, Ben Avery, Celeste Mora, Dave Clements, John Michael Bilezikian, Josiah Crandall, Katherine Bilezikian, and John Haryu as our DM. Edited and scored by Katherine Bilezikian. Thanks for listening.